So on today's video, we're going to go through 10 fragrances that I definitely recommend for you to get for the fall and autumn season. So these are fragrances that I have either discovered in 2024. Some of them are not, by the way. That does not mean that any of these were launched in 2024. It's just fragrances that I have discovered this year or in the prior years. So I'm going to go through all of these. Like I said, they're not in any particular order. It doesn't mean that one's better than the other. They're all even and perfect for the fall and autumn season. So the first one we have here is by Balmain, and this is Carbon. This is a new fragrance launch. It has just launched by the House of Balmain. The entire Balmain range has been relaunched with new fragrances under Estee Lauder as our marketing and manufacturing partner. This fragrance, I did a review on the entire collection, and I have to say, I was very taken aback when I first got it. I was a little bit unimpressed. I thought it was very kind of plain Jane. And as I started to wear it more and really live with it, and my partner also started to wear it, I started to fall in love with it. There are some floral sweet elements in this fragrance that really come out and gleam and just kind of shimmer, kind of like a sequence, one of those very expensive sequins that from certain angles are kind of flat and matte, and then you turn and then they just shimmer. This is what this fragrance is like. It's perfect, it's dynamic, it has character to it. It has woody elements, floral elements, spicy elements, smoky elements, everything you want out of a perfect fall autumn fragrance. This is what you're going to get out of Carb. Next, we have one by Celine. This is a hard one because Celine does have a lot of fragrances that work really all year round. But the one I decided to pick for the autumn season was Reptile. This fragrance has the perfect combination of the traditional Celine isms, if you will, when it comes to perfumery. So it's going to be powdery, it's going to have that oak moss feel, it's going to be a little bit wet at the same time, but it adds spices to it. It adds more deeper woody elements to the fragrance itself without making it overly heavy, without making it overly dressed up. It's just an all around perfect scent. Next, we have one that I have literally talked about so many times on this channel, and that is by Yves Saint Laurent, and this is part of their Le Vestiaire collection. This is Rouge Velours. I have to say that this is probably my favorite scent from this entire range of fragrances for Yves Saint Laurent. It's sexy, it has character, it has personality to it. It's a rosy patchouli scent, but with a sexy, smoky feel behind it. It just makes you feel like the Tom Ford era of Yves Saint Laurent when there were these sexy pantsuits walking down the runway and everything was streamlined and minimal, but super, super confident and sexy. That is what the fragrance Rouge Velours is giving when it comes to their character. I just love this scent. I think it's a perfect fragrance for the fall and autumn season because it's going to add that pizzazz to your outfit. Because if you think about it, the autumn season is the most beautiful when it comes to fashion. It is not too hot, it is not too cold. You can mix and match from more formal attire to more casual attire and then just bring them all together to create a perfect fashion look. And this is what this fragrance is perfect for because it'll add that je ne sais quoi to your outfit. So next we have one from the House of Chanel, and like Yves Saint Laurent, I feel like I could have picked so many different ones from Chanel because this fragrance range really comes alive when it comes to, at least for me, most of it comes alive in the fall and winter season. Though there are some that are more summer geared, I feel like, but for the most part, Chanel as an actual perfume house really gears in that fall and winter type of season. And for me, the best one for this is Coco Eau de Parfum. I know that someone's going to comment on there, this is a grandma's fragrance, but I have to say that this scent is magical. If there was a scent that would give you that really beautiful image that we all think of when we think of fall, it would be the red and orange, yellow trees and all the leaves on the ground and they're all multicolored. That is the image we all think of when it comes to fall and autumn. That is what Coco Eau de Parfum smells like. Even the juice is this color. You get very beautiful spices in this fragrance. You get some very beautiful floral elements, some powdery elements, some earthy elements as well. And there's a beautiful creamy sandalwood in that background that is just going to make the fragrance a little delicate, but it's still strong. It still holds its character very, very well. But it's a fragrance that is definitely one that will captivate the entire room. The next one is by the House of Tom Ford. I have not talked about Tom Ford in God knows how long. But this fragrance is a must have. For me, in my opinion, if you're going to go for Tom Ford, don't go for any of those Joe Schmo cherry and lemon and all those crappy fragrances. Go for Noir de Noir because this is the perfect fall winter season fragrance because it has black truffle, it has black rose, it has oud in it, it has spices in it. It's just an all around warm, sexy, sophisticated fragrance like that Yves Saint Laurent Rouge Velours, which is going to give you that sexiness and that confidence. So is Noir de Noir. Noir de Noir is going to be a little bit more nighttime geared than Rouge Velours, but it's a perfect scent for the fall and winter season because it just speaks to the season, in my opinion. So definitely check out Noir de Noir by Tom Ford. The next one, I don't even know if it's still available. But I do think it is. I did look it up. There were some people that were selling it in some actual discounters. But the fragrance I'm talking about is Narciso Rodriguez for her Absolute. And this is the one that comes in that purple violety type of bottle. It's a ambery powdery scent that has a lot of more of that soapy feel to it, but it's done in a very fall winter type of vibe. It has very like fruity accords to it that are deep, refined, but at the same time you get that soapy cleanliness out of this fragrance as well, really creating a beautiful atmosphere. This is your, I would say, your lunch or meeting type of fragrance for the fall or winter season. It's just phenomenal. It's one that's overlooked, and I don't think it's super popular to the point where you can wear this and feel confident that you are one of the only ones that is wearing this fragrance. The next one is by Versace, and for Versace, I know that everyone's going to say, or everyone on YouTube that does fragrance reviews is going to say, Eros, Eros, Eros. And sure, I think that's a good fragrance. I mean, I haven't worn it since I got it for Christmas when it came out in 20, I think I was like 14 or 13 years old. I can't remember exactly when it launched. That fragrance is obviously a gourmand, sweeter, perfect for the fall autumn season. But I have to say, if you want something by Versace that's going to fit the brand a little bit more, it's going to be high class, but it's going to be kind of raunchy, showing some skin. It's going to be high fashion, but at the same time, it's going to be daring and out there and bold. Then definitely the one that you need is by the Atelier Versace collection, and that is Saint Alba. It is going to be the perfect combination of sexy and refinedness, but at the same time, it's going to be a perfect fragrance that's going to stick to the traditional Versace heritage, which is that rock and roll type of vibe, very daring, very bad boy, very spunky, but still keeping it sexy, refined, timeless, and elegant. And that's what I love about this fragrance. It's very well playing into both aspects that really create a beautiful, unique fashion house like Versace. The next one is by Perfumehead, and it is La La Love. And I have to say, I love this fragrance. It's phenomenal. It's a very good scent. It's an ambery fragrance that just leaves you intoxicated, if you want me to be honest with you. It's one of those that I really do truly love. They did send me this bottle for free. I got to pick it out out of their entire range. This is the fragrance that I was most in love with. And that's because there's another fragrance that I wanted to include on this list, which was Amber Nuit by Dior. I didn't because the fragrance to me is a little weak. It used to be long wearing, it used to be very good when it came to longevity and performance, but once I tried out La La Love, I really fell in love because it's not the same smell, but it's the same blueprint of a smell, just stronger, more refined, a little bit more modernized as well. And to me, it's a little bit more unisex than what Amber Nuit is. The perfect fragrance, if you ask me, for the fall and winter season. And if you want something that's going to last a long time, this is a perfect one. Yes, it's expensive, but it's an extrait de parfum, which makes it even stronger than your traditional eau de parfum fragrances out. The next one is by Penhaligons, and this is a shocker to me because Penhaligons, I have bought in a couple other fragrances, and I've never been impressed with any of them. But this one itself, Halfeti leather, is one that, if you could go to the dictionary and read the definition of aristocratic wealth or, old money wealth, and there was a little pull tab for you to smell what they smell like, this is what this fragrance would smell like. It's perfect. It's like a jazz club. It is like a gentleman's club. It is just sexy. It is refined, but it's old world, which means it's tame. It's not going to be in your face. It's not going to be screaming. It doesn't want your attention, but it has your attention. And that is what this fragrance is all about. It's that old world charm that we all wish we could be a part of, but no one is except those people that are born into it, unfortunately. But hey, we can all dream, and if we dream big enough, we can do that by wearing Halfeti leather by Penhaligon. And the last one is by BDK, and this is Velvet Tonka. Now the name says Tonka and it does have tonka bean, but this is more of an almond fragrance. And if you've ever smelled like an almond shampoo or an almond body butter or an almond lotion, you get that in here. And I know that that may come off as cheap to some people, but when it's mixed with that tonka bean and mixed with the other elements in this fragrance, it creates a very beautiful dynamic. It's soapy, it's clean, it's fresh. It is light wearing, but at the same time, it is perfect for the fall and winter season because it still has that snugness to it, that warmth to it that we all love about the fall and winter season, which is, you know, bringing out the pretty coats, it's bringing out the blankets, turning on the fireplace, and snuggling while we eat and get fat and sassy. And this is a perfect scent for that. I think it's a very beautiful fragrance by the house of BDK. And I am very interested in trying more by this fragrance house because I've been very impressed with the few that I've gotten. Definitely check out Velvet Tonka by BDK. So what do you think? Let me know down below in the comments what your thoughts about the fragrances that I picked out are. Let me know also what you would wear in the fall and winter season. Is there something that you agreed with? Is there something that you disagree with? Let me know down below. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, you guys, and subscribe for more fragrance related content. I love you. I hope to see you on the next video. Until then, take care.